Alrighty, this is a really bad hand and it's very ashable. And I'm going to activate opening, that's my only play. I'm going to send the Mercurial to summon the Lubert. At this point I knew they have an Ash. They're going to Halfness, I'm not going to bother ashing the Halfness. And I'm just going to, at this point I decided, okay, I'm going to add the Brand Fusion. I'm going to activate the Brand Fusion, I'm going to let the Ash resolve. And then because I know it's a tier player, I have 2 disruptions, I'll let that through and just play through from there. So this is unfortunate, but I really have no other plays left, so it's back to them, and let's see what they have. So they're going to activate the Albion. Albion is going to give them a draw by sending the Spirit, and they're going to activate Scream. Scream is going to give them a mill, so at this point I have to Ash that so they don't get 6. Instead they get 3, and hopefully they don't get 2 names for 2 fusions, or a name plus something else. I'm just going to pray on that, so they're forced to normal to trigger the Scream. Unfortunately, they did mill a Shuffler and a Merly. I'm going to have to banish the Merly so they don't get the fuse, but they do have a Shuffler, so that means my graveyard is susceptible to being disrupted. So at this point, they are making a Charmer. Charmer for them is going to grab the Mercury from my graveyard and make them a Sprite Elf. But this opponent decided not to read properly and assumed that because Charmer was already Link summoned that the effect still lingers on destruction. So what they're going to try and do is go for battle. They're going to run over my Lubert and they're going to Charmer this destroy itself for effect, but unfortunately because it was special summon from the graveyard that time, it does not get to search, so it's back to me. And right now Halfness is dead, but I drew Lubellion. Lubellion is going to search me Saronir. They're going to try and bounce it, which is not the proper play right now. So, because Lubellion already resolved, I would have held that off, but it is what it is, and they're going to summon the Charmer. Adds the Saronir to hand, and I was thinking whether or not I should continue, but I decided, okay, let's just continue. So I make Starting Venom, and then send the Saronir to pitch for the Branded Fusion in my graveyard. So by sending Retribution off of Saronir, I know they don't have an Ash, so I'm just gonna go for my typical Albion plays and see what else I can do. But the moment I summon Albion is when Halfness is live, because I don't have a way to chain block from there. So that's unfortunate, right? But anyway, there's a Retribution, perhaps the Brand Fusion. I know they don't have an Ash, so Brand Fusion is gonna activate, and I'm just gonna have to pray that nothing was milled for them to combo. Anyway, there's the Albion. Halfness is going to activate. Halfness plus Scream is 6 mills alone, which is disgusting. But let's see. And there's 1 fusion plus the Crime to add the Merly. And I banish my Starving and Albaz to make Mirror Jade because I have to disrupt back. So there's the Scream. There's the Sharon. They're going to make Kikkalos. And then Crime is going to add back the Merly. Oh dear. And so they're going to make Kikkalos. Kikkalos is going to send for most likely a fusion play. So I decided, okay, at this point I'm just going to Mirror Jade because there's just too much going on. There's the Hellback, that's another mill. So yeah, I'm going to Mirror Jade bash so they don't make the Rukalos. And they can only go for the Kaleido play. And unfortunately for me, they mill another Miller. Oh my god, there's the Merly mill. Luckily for me, I did mill Tragedy, so I can add the Lubert to hand. And then Merly is going to Fusion Summon. Yugioh is going to... It's my turn, Tier Elements. Let me play, god damn it. Anyway, they're gonna add Soliac. Yugioh is gonna go 5. And then Merly is going to make them a Kaleido because they cannot make Rukalos. And then the Kaleido is most likely going to bounce the Mirror Jade. Oh god. Tragedy adds me a Looper. Luckily for me, I saw Branded in red, so I can search that. But unfortunately for me, it did mill lost, Branded lost, so I cannot go into lost plus Branded in red. So my Lubellion is dead. Also in this version, I'm not playing the Regain plus Beast package because for me they are quite slow for what I'm trying to do, and rarely do they come up at times. Sorry, I just took it out. But anyway, there's my Branded red, and I made Chimera. Chimera is going to pop 2, draw 1. and then Libitum is going to revive. So the revival here, I had to decide between Starving or Albion. I decided to go for the Albion, just so then I can search for setup plays. That way they don't OTK me, of course, right? So Chimera pops 2. Luckily I drew the Mercurier, so I'm going to pop the Kaleido, and then Mercurier is going to negate the revive, so they don't do another annoying fusion on my play. But luckily they went through 3 names anyway. So I'm going to tribute the Albion and go for Rebellion, and then just go for battle from here. So run over the Halfness, run over the Rhino. I do not want the Garura draw for them. I want them to do it themselves. So just end with this. Cartasia comes back to hand. Albalos will search me Branded Fusion. And then the Albion is going to set the Expulsion. And then back to them. High Spear is going to go back to hand. And then the Cartasia they milled will also go to hand. God, I love Cartasia. Okay, so it's back to them. I'm in a really bad spot right now because depending on what they're going to go for, I could look at a potential loss here. So they're going to High Spear for a Fusion Summon. Merle is going to fuse, and they're going to add the Albion. Albion could get them a draw, but I don't think they're playing more than 1 High Spirit in this version for some reason. So Merle is going to fuse into Dragostapelia. So there's your Dragostapelia. It's 1 negate. Druid's Worm is going to banish my Albalos or summon itself, which is weird, but anyway, okay. So they're going to negate my Lubel, and they're going to go for Underworld Goddess. Really weird play. They could have made a Baron de Fleur, but they decided to do that. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, Cartasia is a tuner. They could have added a Baron de Fleur, and then anyway, they just made Underworld. Okay, so they don't have enough for game. That I know. So they're going to share a mill, and at this point, because they're low on resources, I know they don't have much answers left. So it's back to me, and hopefully end game here. So Cartasia is going to add back to hand. That's whatever. It's my turn. I draw. Hopefully to something useful, and I drew nothing. Unfortunately. Anyway, Tragedy is going to set the loss, but they're going to bounce it. So, okay, yeah, sure, why not. Anyway, so they're going to bounce. That's fine. I still have something at this point in the game. I know they don't have an Ash in hand, so I'm good to go to use Branded Fusion. I'm going to send the Lubellion, send the Albaz to make me my second Albion. Now at this point, they're forced to use the Soliac. They know I have Expulsion set. I'm going to tribute the Albion to dodge the Soliac. That way they cannot send for Fusion Summon. Unfortunately for me, with Underworld, I cannot fuse her away because I have to specifically target her to Fusion Summon. And in this case, because Albaz does not target to Fusion Summon, I cannot fuse her. So in this situation, I'm going to make the Rimbrum off of the Albion. I'm going to fuse away the Sharon. And I know they're going to fuse on my turn again to make the Kaleido, which is okay because I have protection with Rimbrum. And also with the bounce from Rimbrum, I cannot bounce the Underworld. Keep that in mind because it does not target. Same with Mirror Jade. That's why I had the Libitum on field to increase my attack just to run it over for a game. So they're going to fuse, the typical stuff, right? And they're going to make the Kaleido. God, I hate Tear. And I'm going to make the Mirror Jade. And then they're going to try to bounce for Disruption, but they know they can't because I have protection off of Rimbrum. So I'm going to bounce the Kaleido back to the extra deck. And then I'm going to use Libitum to boost everything before I summon my Cartasia to fuse away into Masquerade. And then Libitum is going to revive me SK starting Venom. And that's pretty much game right there. What annoying. I'm going to miss Expulsion, but god, this game was just absolutely brutal. Anyway, on to game 2. Game 2, I went first. Luckily for me, I did open cross out, so in case they have an Ash, I can just cross that out and say no to Ash. But anyway, I'm going to go into the Albion play because I don't have a second Rebellion. I milled the Cartasia instead. Albion's going to Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Branded Lost so they don't disrupt me. Now I get the fusion into Rimbrum with the Mercurier search. Mercurier is then going to search me Cartasia number 2. For my next play. So there's the Rimbrum, and now Mercurier adds the Cartesia. Unfortunately, because I don't have Albaz in the graveyard, I have to normal summon the Cartesia, which is okay. They're going to Gamma my Lubellion Search. They think I'm playing a full-on Bestial package, but I'm not. Anyway, tribute the Albion, summon the Lubellion, and then normal the Cartesia to fuse into Dust Dragon. Dust Dragon is going to send me Libitum because I have branded in red, so I'm going to pass with this, and that's good enough. So yeah, their Albion is going to search the Expulsion and pass. Cartesia adds back to hand for potential Super Polys, or in this case Albaz fusion plays, right? So let's see what they're playing. Looks like they're playing Rika's. Interesting. Anyway, Rika's Genesis is going into Dryas. Dryas is going to search them their Sowing, and they're going to activate Sowing to search them their plant name. And I forgot that Sowing protects them from destruction, so I did a little misplay here when I activated Branded Red, but oh well. Anyways, Dryas is going to give them 1,000, summon Gila, and then makes Jasmine. So this is when I use branded in red, so the Jasmine does not get to search. But remember what I said earlier, I forgot that Sowing protects their plant links, so I accidentally targeted the Jasmine. But joke's on you, I still have more play. Anyway, there's the Chimera. Now I draw 2 and pop 1, right? And Loss is going to add me a card. So Libitum is going to revive back the banished Dust Dragon so I can respawn for more potential plays. And then Loss is adding Mercurier, so they're also under Mercurier negate. And then I draw 2 pops, they're under Sowing, so they're protected, which is fine by me, I don't care. Twin is going to link into another plant Dryas, and then the other C thing is going to link into a healer. My god, how many times are you going to link into link ones? Anyway, healer is going to heal, triggering Jasmine. I'm going to negate that with Rimbrum and bouncing the Jasmine. That way they have to make another Jasmine if they want to continue playing. But I'm going to say no. So there's the Jasmine, number 2. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no more Jasmine for you, so I'm going to activate Expulsion after they're using Lily. But yeah, I'm not letting you do any more stuff. So, Expulsion is going to activate. I tribute my my Rimbrum actually. So, there's the Albaz, there's the Cartesia. Albaz is going to activate, discard my Fusion Deployment to fuse the Jasmine to make me Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is going to on summon right now, banish that Lily so they can do more searching. And then their last final play is 1-for-1, sending Twin to summon the Rickapetal. Now I'm calling Cartesia to make Dragostapelia. 2 disruptions left they have to play through. Can they do it? Can they do it? No, they can't. Mercury is going to activate, negating the pedal. And now they're going for Link 1 play and going force right into battle. Interesting game so far. Not really. But I'm going to miss Expulsion. Rest in peace. But anyway, they're going to go Dryas battle. They're going to run over my Cartesia, summoning Thrasher. Thrasher is finally going to kill the Cartesia. No, my waifu! But anyways, they're going to link 2 into the last and final play, which is something. But anyway, Dust Dragon is going to summon the Proskinion. They're going to make the Dancer. Now, Dancer is going to try and excavate the top cards of their deck to see if they get a plant. I'm going to negate that, and that's pretty much it for them. GG, no read. Now onto the deck list. Alrighty, the deck list that I used from Diamond 5 all the way until Master 5 for this season, season 19. Compared to last season, this is definitely a lot different in terms of the overall Bestial names, including Regain and Beast, which none of are appearing in this version because I decided that for the majority of my, after reset, majority of my playthroughs from Diamond 5, it wasn't as prevalent or came up as much as I would have liked. And even including the Bestial names themselves, the Magnum, Mud, and Jerusalem, whatever, they, unless I play multiple packages of those names, they felt bricky to me. So I just decided to cut those down and then add more of the typical branded plays, which is your Cartesia now, your Fusion Deployments, the Albaz, and then more couriers and stuff like that. Just so I can try to get to my fusion plays for more disruptions. But outside of that, yeah, you still want to deal with Ash, your killer card, right, for the deck. People are just going to save that Ash for your branded fusion, so you have to try and play around it if you can. If you cannot, well, that's just it. But anyway, onto the list. So we have the 1 Tragedy, the triple Maxi, the triple Ash Blossoms, the triple Fallen Albaz, the double Aluber, the double Mercurier, the 1 Kit, the double Cartasia, waifu right here, the 1 Saronir, the 1 Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, the 1 Ad Libitum, the 1 Lubellion. And now for your spells, the 1 Foolish Burial, the 1 Gold Sarcophagus, the triple Fusion Deployments, the 1 triple Tactics Talent, the 1 Branded in White. Unfortunately, the double Branded Fusion, now that we got hit with that, and I am sad, but oh well. The 1 Branded Lost, your triple Super Polymerization to try and break boards, the double Call Buys, the 1 Crossout Designator, the 1 Branded Opening, the 1 Branded in Red, and now onto the traps, the 1 Expulsion, soon to be replaced by something else. I'm still thinking about it, but for now I really love this card for what it offers. Unfortunately, it is going to get banned because of gimmick abusers, but it is what it is. The 1 Retribution, and now on to the deck, the extra deck. So, the 1 Garura, the 1 Starring Venom Fusion Dragon, the 1 Dragol Stapelia, the double Albions, the 1 Despian Coritis, the 1 Masquerade, the double Mirror Jade, the 1 Lubellion, the 1 Albalenitus, the 1 Dust Dragon, the 1 Rimbrum, the 1 Chimera, and then the 1 Proskinion. And that's basically my branded deck from Diamond 5 to Master 5 for the most part. As for whether or not I want to continue climbing from Master 5 to Master 1 this season, I don't know. My mind is telling me no, my gut's telling me no, and my stomach is also telling me no. I have not gotten any sleep for the last couple of weeks. I'm really drained, and yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that's really about it for the list, and if you have any questions, etc., feel free to leave in the comments. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, take care, have a great day. Fable is out.